recently come to my attention that I have a little something called an avoidant attachment style. You've heard of it? Apparently there's other ones. Yeah, and it doesn't mean that I don't love people. Like I do, I think, show affection. As a matter of fact, every single day I tell my boyfriend who's lived with me for 4 years how much I like him. But my therapist, in either way, she's just like super ready to deep dive into this. I said my therapist, but I should say it's our therapist because we're in couples therapy because obviously, because I have avoidant attachment. We're working through it. So she really wants to deep dive into this. And I know her. Her name's Marine. She is just like so excited to talk about my subpar childhood riddled with intergenerational trauma on both sides. But I cannot wait to tell her that this doesn't come from that. No. My avoidant attachment style, I know exactly where it comes from, and it comes from Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day 2002. Okay? I'm 7 years old, so I look basically the same, but without the boobs. And we have this rule at our school that if you're going to give Valentines in the class, you have to give them to all your classmates, and so it's fair. But even though it's fair, no two Valentines are delivered the same way, right? So, your best friend is going to handwrite your name on the little Valentine and maybe doodle a little heart and a little flower and write, like, let's have a sleepover this weekend. And they're going to very carefully put it in your little cubby hole where the Valentines go. And then people that, you don't really play with, like Jocelyn Lambert or Jason Thomas, they're just going to, like, kind of crumple up a piece of paper and throw it in there. So, even though we all get the same amount of Valentines, they're not all worth the same thing, right? And so I'm sitting there, I'm counting out my Valentines. I have a pile for the ones that I think are genuine Valentines. I can tell my friends wrote these. And then somewhere I can tell probably the person's mom wrote these. My name is misspelled. The writing is, like, very clear. And I'm looking at these, and then I see him coming towards me. Now, I don't want to, call anyone out, so I'm just going to call him Bluston Blefave. Okay, that's what his name rhymes with, but that's not his real name, Bluston Blefave. And Bluston he's the bad boy at school, okay? Like, one time he had to spend a whole week of recess inside with the teacher because he said the C word. Crap. Yeah, but Justin's coming my way, and we've been going to school together since we were 5. So, I know him. He's just like a cool kind of badass guy, and I'm like a cool, very studious girl that all the teachers love. And so I've never really thought about it like this, but now that I see him walking towards me, I'm like, bad boy, good girl. Is this happening? This is happening. And he's walking towards me, and I can tell that he's coming towards me because while his legs are going this way, his eyes are going, like, every which way. He's, like, really trying to avoid eye contact, so I know he's coming over to me. And he puts a piece of paper on my desk, and he says, Francesca, I knew when I saw this Valentine, that the only person I could give it to is you. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is happening. This is so happening. I am 7 years old. He is 7.5 years old. And we are going to be together forever as of this moment. And then he removes his hand from my desk. And I see on the piece of paper, there's like a C and an H, some type of logo. And that's when I realized that all the Valentines that he gave to everyone else had different Canadian hockey teams on them. But he's like, Francesca, this one it's just for you. I could only give it to you. And so I turn it over, and I'm waiting to see that he is professing his undying love for me, that he doesn't really want to be a bad boy. He just didn't know a better way to get my attention. And there's nothing. He didn't even write my name on it. And he says to me, I knew I could only give this one to you because everyone here loves the Ottawa Senators, and I have a feeling you just don't know anything about hockey. And he was right.